You will not need any exercise equipment whatsoever to follow along with the video today, but you will be more comfortable with something soft beneath you. So grab an exercise mat or a yoga mat if you have one. If you don't have a mat, a towel should suffice. And if you're working out on a carpeted floor or on grass, you may not need anything at all. I'm also going to be using my jump rope today, so grab your jump rope if you have one. But if you don't have a jump rope, that's fine. You can either eliminate the jump rope sections or you can just substitute with any kind of cardio exercise you want while I'm jumping rope. There are timestamps in the description box down below the video, so if you would prefer to just skip straight ahead to the workout, you can go ahead and use the chapter markers to do that. But if you would like to see the exercises demonstrated and explained before we begin, let's go ahead and get into that right now. So first of all, let me introduce Rebecca. For those of you who don't know, Rebecca is my adorable black jump rope with these cute little white skulls on the handles. If you would like to know where I get my jump ropes, there is a link and a coupon code in the description box down below the video. So click on the link and use coupon code Rebecca to save an additional 10% on your jump rope. We are going to be doing sets of 100 with the jump rope. So when I say a set of 100, I'm talking about revolutions of the rope. So you can do any style of jump rope you want to do. I always just kind of jog in place like this when jumping rope. If you're more comfortable jumping with your feet together, great, jump with your feet together. If you're really skilled and you're advanced at jump rope, you can do something more challenging like high knees or jump rope jacks. You can do side to side jumps, twist jumps, it doesn't matter. We're just counting 100 revolutions of the rope, that's one set, and we're going to be doing 5 sets of 100 with each of our jump rope sections. So if you do not have a jump rope, you really can just jog in place. You can do high knees or jumping jacks without the jump rope, that's fine. But each jump rope section is going to take me somewhere in the neighborhood of plus or minus 5 minutes, hopefully. I'm really out of shape with jump rope. I think I'm going to be really struggling today with my stamina and my strength. So I'm just gonna do my best, but that's what I'm aiming for. So if you want to just substitute with about 5 minutes of some other type of moderate paced cardio, you can go for like a 5-minute jog. So maybe you have access to the field at your local high school, you can just jog around the track for 5 minutes. For some people, that might be once around the track or twice around the track. If you're super fast, maybe you can do 4 laps in 5 minutes. Your cardio sections don't have to be exactly 5 minutes long. Mine are not going to be exactly 5 minutes, but something in that neighborhood. So you could also do up and down the bleachers for 5 minutes or so, or if you have stairs in your home or your apartment complex, if you're taking your workout to the beach or the park or the hiking trail today, anywhere there's steps, up and down the steps is another great option. If you have access to an exercise bike or a treadmill or an elliptical, Stairmaster, something like that, you could hop on one of those for about 5 minutes. So basically about 5 minutes, plus or minus 5 minutes of any type of moderate paced cardio exercise you want to do. Any way you want to get it done is fine. And if you want to just skip the cardio sections, that's another option, and just turn this into a strength training workout. You can eliminate the added cardio if you prefer. If you're pressed for time or you just don't feel like doing cardio today, or none of those cardio options are going to work for you, just eliminate the cardio sections, okay? That is up to you. So other than jump rope, I'm just going to be doing 4 body weight exercises. We're going to be focusing on triceps a lot today, so you're going to see me cry because I do not work my triceps enough, which is why I wanted to kind of focus on them today a little bit. So the first exercise I'm going to be doing is my version of dolphin push-ups. There are a lot of different interpretations out there of what a dolphin push-up is. So you do it any way you want, but this is how I'm doing my dolphin push-ups. So I'm going to come down onto my mat. You're going to start in basically an elbow plank. So make sure that your elbows are in line with your shoulders. So don't allow your elbows to splay out like this. Try to keep your elbows so that they're in line with your shoulders. And then I'm going to clasp my hands together like this. Okay, so as you bring your hands together, try to not allow your elbows to splay out. Start here with your elbows perfectly in line with your shoulders, and then keep your elbows right where they are as you clasp your hands together. Okay, and now from here, I'm going to step my feet back into a plank, and then I'm going to lift my hips up and push them back. So the important thing here is that you're elongating your spine. You want to keep your back flat. Don't allow your back to round. So you're going to really press your elbows into the mat. Think about pushing the ground away from you. Think about you're sending your hips up and back. So you can inch your feet in as much as you would like, as much as it's comfortable for you. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. I'm going to have my heels elevated like this because this is just an easier way for me to do the push-ups. But if you want to have your heels down and you're flexible enough to do that, it's up to you. The important thing is that you're sending your hips up and back and keeping your back flat. So really think about pushing the ground away from you. All right, so hips up and back, and we're here in our dolphin pose. And now I'm just going to bring my nose forward and try to tap my nose on the mat in front of my hands, and then return to my dolphin pose up here. Okay, so it's super simple, but it's a super tough exercise. You're going to be stretching the backs of your legs. You're going to be strengthening your entire core. You're going to really be testing your triceps. So do your best with it, but that is my version of a dolphin push-up, and that's our first exercise. The second exercise is what I call a one-arm press-up. So again, we are going to be strengthening our triceps, and we are going to be stretching our hamstrings. So you're going to start down here on your belly, and I have my elbows tucked in tight towards my rib cage. And now I'm going to curl my toes under, and I'm going to press myself up into basically a downward facing dog position, but with just one hand. So I'm going to take my other hand and just have it out of the way. I'm just gonna have my hand here, and you can have it on your hip. I'm gonna kind of like place it on my booty cheek, and then I'm going to press my other palm into the mat, and I'm going to first lift my chest up off the mat, and then I'm going to lift my belly up off the mat, then my hips, and then I'm going to push my hips up and back, and then reverse the movement. So hips go down, belly goes down, chest goes down. I'm going to alternate arms with each rep. So now I'm going to take this hand and place my hand flat on the mat, tucking my elbow right into my rib cage. I'm going to pick up the opposite hand, bring it out of the way, and then I'm going to press this palm into the mat, and I'm going to lift first my chest, then my belly, then my hips, and now I'm pushing my hips up and back, and then reversing the movement. So hips go down first, then belly, then chest. Okay, so again, I'm pushing my hips up and back. Keep your back flat, and make sure that you're bending your knees as much as you need to. Again, I have my heels elevated. If you're flexible enough and it's comfortable for you, you can put your heels down, but I think this is much easier with my heels elevated, and the exercise flows a little better. All right, so let's put a couple of reps together so you can see the flow of it. So switching hands with each rep, pressing up chest, belly, hips, push the hips up and back, reverse the movement, and now switch sides. All right, that's the second exercise. The third exercise is going to be another one-arm press-up, but we're doing a side arm press up. So I'm going to start on my side on the mat. I have my legs stacked, my knees are bent, and I'm going to have my top hand on the mat. And again, I have my hand tucked in close towards my rib cage, so you don't want your hand out here. Bring your hand in tight to your body. With my bottom arm, I just need it out of the way. So I'm just going to place my hand on my top elbow like this. And then I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to press this palm into the mat, activate your triceps, push yourself up until your arm is straight, reverse the movement. Again, super simple movement. We're going to be staying on the same side. So we'll do half of our reps on this side. Just press yourself up, control the movement on the way down, and then we'll do half of our reps on the other side. So make sure the movement's under control. Make sure you're not just dropping down. Make sure that you're controlling the movement on the way up, controlling the movement on the way down. But that's our third exercise. Our fourth and final exercise is going to be a tricep dip. And again, we're going to be strengthening and stretching and lengthening the backs of the legs as well. So I'm going to be starting in a reverse tabletop position. So first, I'm going to Bend my knees, place my feet flat on the mat. My hands are flat on the mat just behind me, and my fingers are pointing towards the wall that's in front of me. Now I'm going to press my hands into the mat. I'm going to press my heels into the mat, lift my hips up high. Think about trying to make an imprint of your hip flexors on the ceiling. So lift your hips up as high as you can, squeeze those glutes. And from here, we're going to do a tricep dip. So I'm going to bend my elbows and lower my booty down towards the mat. Think about trying to get your forearms flat on the mat, okay? You won't get there, but that's the movement, okay? So do that, try to do that until your booty taps the mat, okay? And then you're going to reverse the movement, push yourself back up. And now from here, I'm going to straighten my legs, and I'm going to bring my booty back in between my arms, and then come back to my tabletop pose, okay? If that is too difficult for you, you can eliminate it and just do the tricep dips. That's fine, that's an option. But I'm going to be adding that little extension, that little hamstring extension. So tricep dip, straighten the legs. That's 1 rep. Dip and stretch. Okay, and that's it. That's all for exercises. Now, that's going to be part 1. I'm also going to be doing an ab finisher after we're finished with part 1. 4 very simple bodyweight exercises. I will walk you through those as we're going. The ab finisher is optional. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Hopefully it's just going to be quick. We'll see. I already know, like I said, I'm going to be struggling a lot with my stamina today. But my plan at this point is to do a quick little ab finisher, just 4 more exercises after part 1 of the workout is complete. But that's it. That's all the exercises we're doing for part 1. So now here's the format, 50 reps of everything. Okay, and in between, we're going to be doing 5 sets of 100 with the jump rope. So we're starting with our dolphin push-ups. We'll do 50 dolphin push-ups. Then we'll do 5 sets of 100 with the jump rope. Then we'll move on to our next strength training exercise, which is our 1-arm press-ups, 50 reps. For that one, I'm going to be alternating arms with each rep. If you prefer, you can do all 25, the first half, you can do 25 reps on one arm, and then your second 25 reps on the other arm. I would die if I tried to do that. So I'm alternating sides with each rep, and I'm just doing 50 total reps. Then after we complete 50 of those, we'll do another 5 sets of 100 with the jump rope. Then we'll move on to our third strength training exercise. That's our side arm press ups. So for those, it would be too time consuming and too cumbersome to switch sides with each rep. So for those, I'm doing my first 25 reps on one arm, then I'll switch and do my second 25 reps on the other arm. Then another 5 sets of 100 with the jump rope, and then we'll finish with our fourth and final strength training exercise. That is our reverse tabletop tricep dip plus leg extension, 50 reps. And then to finish part 1, we'll do 5 more sets of 100 with the jump rope. So that's part 1. Part 1 is 200 reps plus 2,000 revolutions of the rope. You can stop there if you want. And remember that if you are not doing cardio, you can skip the cardio sections. So you can just do those 200 reps. It's gonna be super tough. So take little rest breaks in between, but you can absolutely do the workout that way if you prefer. Then for part 2, I'm doing my quick, what I hope is a quick little ab finisher. 4 exercises, 50 reps of each exercise, but I'm double counting each exercise. So you might want to count to 100, but either way, it should go by relatively quickly. All right, but that's it. That is the workout. So hopefully everything is clear. Please remember that I do always take the time to type out the instructions in the description box down below the video. So I'm going to be doing the entire workout right along with you as well, of course. So watch me do it, read the instructions. But then of course, as always, if anything is unclear with the format and how it all fits together, if you have questions about any of the exercises that we are doing today, if you have any doubts at all about how to do these exercises with the correct form, or if you need help with beginner modifications, I am always here to help. So please ask questions if you have them. It is very important that you understand how to do the exercises correctly before you begin the workout, so that you reduce your risk of injury, and also just so that you make sure you're getting the maximum benefit out of each exercise. And hopefully you guys know that it is also incredibly important to me that all of my workouts are always accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to do them with me. So I'm always here to help facilitate that. Please do not hesitate to reach out if you have questions or if you need help. I also want to remind you before we get started, especially if you're going to be working out along with the video, to please make sure that you are minding your form and going at your own pace. Do not sacrifice your form for speed. So if you're in really good shape, you're probably going to be, well, you're definitely going to be a lot faster than I am. That's wonderful. Be faster than I am, as long as you are not losing anything off of your form to get there. But if you find that you are racing to stay ahead of me, either because you're just trying to beat my score, or you have set a very ambitious time goal for yourself that you're chasing, and your form starts to get sloppy, that means you need to slow down. It is always going to be safer and more effective to slow down and do your reps with excellent form than it is to race through and allow your form to get sloppy. So please make sure you're minding your form. Never sacrifice your form for speed. If you're slower than I am, also wonderful. As long as you got your little booty dressed and you are out here doing these reps with me, that is what's important. So if you fall behind, either because you're just working at a slower pace than I am, or you're needing longer rest breaks than what I'm taking, or you're needing rest breaks where I'm not taking them, that's fine. Pause the video, I'm not going anywhere. Come back when you're ready and we'll get back into it together. I do want you to challenge yourself to keep your rest breaks as short as you can, but they should be as long as you need. You should only resume the workout once you feel that you have regained enough strength and you have enough stamina so that you can continue with good form. So please make sure you're going at your own pace. Please make sure you're minding your form, and please make sure you're working to your own level. So shorten up your range of motion if you need to, modify the exercises as needed, rest as needed. Please just be smart, be safe, use your common sense, listen to your body, and always make the decision that is best for you, and just do your best. Please remember that your best is always good enough, so let your best be good enough. Hopefully I have covered everything. I really want to get started on this because I think this workout is going to take me close to an hour. I'm thinking I can finish it in under an hour. We'll find out, but it's already getting really hot out here, so I want to go ahead and get into it. If there's anything I glossed over, again, if you have questions, please just let me know. I am always here to help, but if you are ready to begin the workout, go ahead and grab your jump rope if you have one, and if you're jumping rope with me today, make sure you have something soft beneath you, so grab your exercise mat or your yoga mat if you have one. Again, if you don't have a mat, a towel should suffice, and if you're working out on a carpeted floor or on grass, you might not need anything at all. Pause the video, go get dressed, meet me right back here. We're going to start with a quick little 5-minute warm-up, and then we will get right into the workout. So as soon as you're ready, let's get started with our 5-minute warm-up. You're going to begin by just allowing your head to fall towards one shoulder. Place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. You're not pulling your ear down towards your shoulder. You're just allowing gravity to do all of the work of gently stretching the opposite side of your neck by simply using the weight of your arm to do so. So now we're going to switch sides. Allow your head to fall towards the opposite shoulder. Place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. Make sure that your arm is completely relaxed. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed as well. They should be down away from your ears. Next, we're going to do some head rolls. So you're going to start by allowing your chin to fall first towards your chest and then towards the opposite shoulder and back. And each time you roll your head from one shoulder to the other, just start feeling your head getting heavier and heavier. Allow your range of motion to increase until finally your entire torso is just kind of spilling in front of you. Your arms are nice and loose like a rag doll. Next, we're going to do some shoulder rolls. So just roll your shoulders either towards the back or towards the front. It doesn't matter, but you really want to explore your full range of motion here. So think about making big circles with your shoulders. Next, we're going to do arm circles, but we're going to start small with our arm circles. So So first you're going to extend your arms straight out to the side. And again, you can make your circles either towards the back or towards the front. It doesn't matter. But you're going to start small, and then gradually as the interval progresses, you're going to start making your circles bigger and bigger until finally you are exploring your full range of motion, making those circles as big as you possibly can. Now step your feet out so they're a little wider than hip width apart, bend the knees, sweep the arms in front of you, and as you straighten your legs, you're reaching up as high as you can. Each time you bend your knees, allow your range of motion to increase, sinking deeper and deeper into that squat. Now keep your feet planted right where they are. They should be wider than hip width apart. We're just going to lunge side to side, nice and easy. And now add the arms. So now with each lunge, I'm reaching my arm across my body. It should feel like you're trying to throw your arm across the room. Next, we're just going to march in place. So step the feet in and march. Keep your knees low to start. But gradually, as the interval progresses, you're going to start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest until finally you're driving your knees up as high as you possibly can towards your chest. Really get them up there. Feel a nice little stretch in your glutes. Now we're going to jog in place. Same thing. Knees are low to start, but as the interval progresses, you're going to start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest until finally you're driving your knees up as high as you possibly can. Next is booty kicks, so keep jogging, but now with each step, we're bringing our foot behind. Try to kick yourself in the booty cheek with your heel. For this next one, if you struggle with balance, you can hold onto the wall or a chair for support. If not, hands on the hips is fine. You're going to transfer your weight into one foot, pick up the other foot, and just swing the leg front and back. Nice and loose, waking up those hip flexors. And now we're gonna switch sides. So put this foot down, transfer your weight again, pick up the opposite foot, swing the leg front and back. You can start low, and then as the interval progresses, if it's comfortable, you can start expanding your range of motion, swinging that leg higher and higher. Now, put this foot down, transfer the weight again, pick up the opposite foot, extend the leg out in front, and then bring the leg around and behind. Each time you make that semicircle, lifting your leg higher and higher. Now 2 hip circles. So drive the knee up towards your chest, use your hand to guide it around. Other side. Extend the opposite leg out in front. Bring the leg around and behind. Lifting that leg higher and higher. And now 2 hip circles. Drive the knee up towards your chest. Use your hand to guide it around. Finishing with a hamstring stretch, feet wide apart, hinge at the hips, and forward fold. Keep your back as flat as you can. It's going to help you isolate your hamstrings more effectively. So if you want to use a chair or the wall or the arm of your couch to assist you getting into this stretch, it might make it more comfortable for you. Probably be easier to maintain that flat back, and it just might make the stretch a little bit more accessible. But that's it. That's our little 5-minute warm up. So let's get right into it. We are starting with 50 dolphin push-ups. So coming down into your elbow plank, make sure that your elbows are in line with your shoulders, and then you're going to clasp your hands together, keeping your shoulders right where they are. We're going to push the hips up and back, starting my timer in 3, 2, 1, and go. So pushing the hips up and back. And now from here, you're just going to bring your nose forward, tap your nose on the mat, push yourself back up, return to your starting position. That's 1 rep. We're doing 50 of these. They're super tough, so do your best. with the toughest exercise, or what I think is the toughest exercise. The toughest one for me. So we can just go ahead and get it out of the way. That's my first 10 reps. I'll probably just have to start doing sets of 5, like pretty quickly, because these are super tough. But I'm gonna pick up my count at 10, and I'll see if I can do, I'll see how close to 20 I can get before I have to pause and rest. Remember to go at your own pace. If you're stronger than I am, you don't need to rest, don't rest. Just make sure you're not sacrificing your form. If you need a longer rest break than what I'm taking, just pause the video, come back when you're ready. Picking up my count at 10. It's 15. It's hard to not let your elbows slowly splay out to the sides, so do your best to try to keep tucking them in, but I know for me they kind of slide on the mat. That's another reason it's probably beneficial for me to just do sets of 5, because I can reset my elbows. Has nothing to do with the fact that I'm a weakling and I can't do more than 5 at a time. Yeah, we'll go with that. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. Okay, another 5 if I can. All right, that's 20. I really did arrange these exercises in descending order of difficulty for me. Because if I put this exercise last or third or even second, I'd be struggling even more than I am now. All right, picking up my count at 20. My goal is to just keep doing little mini sets of 5 for as long as I can, keeping my rest breaks as short as I can in between. Do your best. That's 25 for me, I'm halfway there. You guys know I mentioned it on Friday when we did our 5-minute workout. The 5-minute workout took me out on Friday because I took a few weeks off from my HIIT workouts. So I don't know why I thought this was a good idea today, but we're jumping in the deep end. All right, picking up my count at 25. We're halfway there. Let's keep pushing. That's 30. Time for some mental gymnastics to make it seem like I'm almost done. Just 4 more little mini baby sets of 5. See? See how that works? Just 4 more of a thing. instead of 20 more of this super tough exercise. All right, so again, for me, the goal is to keep doing sets of 5 for as long as I can, picking up my count at 30. So I just have to do 4 more little baby sets of 5. I can do this. Child's pose has never felt so good in all my life. All right, that's 35. I was dreading jump rope, and I still am. Because I think I'm going to really be struggling today with my jump rope, but at this point in time, I'm actually looking forward to moving on to jump rope. All right, 3 more little mini baby sets of 5. We can do this, picking up my count at 35. Let's see if I can do another 5 without stopping. I'm so close. It's only 10 reps left. My brain wants to just power through and get these done, but my triceps will not allow that. All right. Just 2 more sets of 5. Picking up my count at 40. One exercise is taking me twice as long as I wanted it to, but I knew this one was going to be super tough. It'll be interesting to maybe try this workout again in a couple of months after I've gotten back into my regular workout routine and regained some strength, and see if I'm able to do at least 50 reps of this exercise a lot faster. All right, I'm stalling because even though I only have 5 reps left, that last set of 5, I felt like my arms were gonna fail, so I feel like maybe it's not stalling as much as I just honestly need the extra rest. All right, these are our final 5 reps, so let's just push through and get this done. This is it, home stretch. Picking up my count at 45. 46, 47, 48, just to get through the first exercise. Can I just stay here in child's pose for like the rest of the day? Holy cannoli. All right. The good news is, this is essentially, I mean, not counting the jump rope, obviously, this is essentially a no repeats workout. So, yes, sets of 50 are super tough, but on the plus side, once we complete that set of 50, we're done with that exercise for the day. So, unless you want to have like some of your closest friends over to the house later and have a Dolphin push-up party, we're done with Dolphin push-ups for the day. So each exercise is going to be super tough, but at least once it's done, it's done. It's the only solace I can offer you, because this is just going to keep being like so brutal. But I do think that was the toughest one. So now we get a little break. So if you are not including the cardio sections, you can skip ahead to the second exercise. But for me, I think it's actually going to be easier to do these little cardio sections in between, because it's going to give your triceps a break. Because like I said, each exercise we're working triceps, and it's going to be super tough to do the exercises back to back without the added cardio, but you do you. So I'm doing 5 sets of 100 with my jump rope. So again, any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. We're just counting 100 revolutions of the rope. That's 1 set. We're doing that 5 times. Now, if you trip over your jump rope, you're probably going to see me trip over my jump rope a lot. You do not have to go back and start the whole set over. Just take a deep breath, get right back into it, pick up your count wherever you left off, okay? Just do your best. I will definitely be tripping over my jump rope a lot today. It's frustrating, and I'm not saying I don't get frustrated, because I do, but what I have to do is try to kind of leave it behind me and just not let that frustration dictate my mindset moving forward, because we have to complete 2,000 revolutions of the rope. And if I let the frustration take over, nothing good can come of that. It's only going to sabotage the rest of my workout. So I have to just remember, even if I'm tripping a lot, yes, it's frustrating, feel the frustration, acknowledge it, that's fine, that's normal, that's natural. You don't have to stifle it, you don't have to ignore it, you don't have to feel bad about experiencing like a negative emotion. Feel the frustration, but do your best to reframe it. Remind yourself you're out here doing the work, you're getting your heart rate up, and you're gonna get the reps done, okay? And your best is always good enough, so just do your best. So when you're ready, let's go ahead. We're counting 100 revolutions of the jump rope. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. So that's my first set of 100. Just gonna make a little slash, even though it's just 5 sets. I will lose track of how many I've done. So I'm just gonna make a little slash after each set. We're going to do 5 sets of 100. So alternatively, you could just do plus or minus about 5 minutes of any other type of moderate paced cardio exercise you want to do. I'm gonna zip it because we have to do 4 more sets. I want to conserve some energy. We want to keep the rest break in between sets as short as possible. So as soon as you're ready, here we go, set number 2. So that's our first cardio section. I knew I was going to be struggling with stamina. I'm pleasantly surprised that I wasn't tripping over my jump rope every 4 reps, but my stamina is pretty bad, right about where I expected, but that's why we're just doing 5 sets at a time, breaking up the jump rope to make it more manageable. I would prefer not to have to take those long rest breaks in between the sets, but that's just where I am right now. It's fine. Like I said, I took a few weeks off, so I need to show myself some grace and give myself time to get back into it, as should you. If you are rejoining me after a brief hiatus and you're struggling with your stamina, remember, just go at your own pace and show yourself grace. As long as you're doing your best, that's always good enough. All right, so next I am doing my 1-arm press-ups, 50 total reps. I'm going to be alternating arms with each rep. So if you need a longer rest break so that you can towel off and get a sip of water, if you want your heart rate to come down a little more, if you want to allow your breathing to normalize a little more before we start on this second exercise, you can pause the video, come back when you're ready. I'm going to go ahead and start. So I'm going to come all the way down onto my belly. Now remember, I'm going to have one hand on my booty cheek, the opposite hand is flat on the mat, and my hand is close to my rib cage, okay? So not out here, in here, okay? My thumb is actually touching the side of my chest. All right, so now we're going to press ourselves up. So you're going to press your palm into the mat, lifting first your chest, and then your belly, then your hips. Push the hips up and back, and now reverse the movement. So lower your hips, then your belly, then your chest. Switching arms with each rep. So now the other arm comes forward. Your hand is flat on the mat, close to your chest. The opposite hand is out of the way. I just have it on my booty cheek. And now same thing. I'm going to press my palm into the mat, and I'm going to push myself up. First my chest, then my belly, then my hips. Push the hips up and back. And now reverse the movement. Hips, belly, and chest. All right, so I'm counting those as my first 2 reps because I don't want to do any more of these than I have to. But I'm going to zip it. You've seen what we're doing, so we just have to do that 48 more times. Wish me luck. All right, when you're ready, here we go. For me. I'm not planning on going until failure. I'm just pacing myself to do 50 total reps. So I'm going to pause and rest here for a minute or so. And then I'm going to see how long I can keep doing sets of 10. So I'll see if I can do 5 unbroken sets of 10. That'll be my goal. Again, go at your own pace if you're stronger than I am. Don't take rest breaks that you don't need, okay? And if you need a longer rest break than what I'm taking, pause the video, come back when you're ready. I'm gonna start on my next set of 10, so I'm picking up my count at 10, and I'll see if I can get to 20 before I have to pause and rest again. even though I have my mat here, it probably would have been smart to wear fitness gloves because it's hot out here. I'm sweating and my palms are sliding on the mat, especially on my weaker side because I don't have as much strength to really press myself up on this side. And so my hand is sliding on the mat. It's making my more difficult side even more difficulter. So fitness gloves are always a good idea if you have them. I just didn't think I would need them today because I have the mat underneath me, but it's all good. All right, that was a nice long rest break. So maybe after that long rest break, I can do another set of 10. We'll see. I might have to start breaking up my sets of 10 into like 6 and 4. So just do your best. When you're ready, here we go. Pick up my count at 20. One more. Oh my God. That's 30. I just have to laugh because otherwise I would be so down on myself for skipping these last few weeks and for letting myself get so out of shape. This should not be this difficult for me. I'm stronger than this, but I've lost so much strength by not doing my workouts. I've been doing other things to keep active, but I haven't been lifting. I haven't been doing my HIIT workouts, and oh my gosh, what a drop off. And it's really easy to get down on myself and kind of have like that negative self-talk going on in my head, but the bottom line is that I'm out here now, I'm doing it, so the negative talk just is not serving me, so I need to just kind of laugh it off. All right, so just be where you are. If you used to be in better shape and you're struggling with me today and it's frustrating, that's fine, but we're doing the work now, so we're gonna build our strength back up. This is how you do it, all right? So again, just do your best. That was 30 reps for me. That was a nice long rest break, so I'm gonna see if I can do another set of 10, unbroken-ish. So when you're ready, here we go. Picking up my count at 30. That's 40. Just 10 more. And then we're gonna move on to our second cardio section. I promise, I really do think these first two exercises are the toughest ones. Not that the last two are easy necessarily, but I really kind of front-loaded this workout so that we would have the strength and the stamina to be able to get these tougher exercises done while we're a little bit fresher. All right, so just 10 more. I'm gonna see if I can do 6 unbroken and then take a short little rest break and do my final 4. Since the last 2 sets of 10, I haven't really been able to get through them unbroken anyway, so let me see if I can do 6 without pausing. Wish me luck. Picking up my count at 40. That's 46. Just 4 more. Then I get to struggle with my jump rope for a change of pace. It's okay if you're struggling. I don't care that the team is struggling. 4 more. Oh, that's 46. 3 more. That's 47. 2 more. Oh. That's 48. Wait. This should be my last one, right? That was 49, I think. Oh, that's 50, right? Do I need to do 2 more just to make sure? See, this is what I get for goofing around. No goofing around, this is serious business. I think I did 50, but I'm gonna do 2 more just to make sure. All right, and then from here on out, all business. No more silliness, come on. These are no nonsense workouts we do on my channel. It has been 0 reps since my last nonsense. But we are going to change that. Okay. So now, another cardio section. My legs are already telling me no. My legs are jelly. So I'm going to be doing the same thing for each of my cardio sections. 5 sets of 100 with my jump rope. You can be doing plus or minus about 5 minutes of any kind of moderate pace cardio exercise you want. It doesn't have to be jump rope, and it doesn't have to be the same thing for each cardio section. So if you jumped rope with me for our first cardio section, but you don't want to do jump rope again, you can do something else. You can do up and down the stairs. You can jog in place, you can jog around the block. And hop on the exercise bike or the treadmill or the elliptical or something like that for about 5 minutes if you want. All right. You know what we're doing. I gotta just zip the lip and try to conserve some energy because I know this is gonna be super tough for me. If you need a longer rest break before we begin, pause the video, towel off, get a sip of water, let your heart rate come down a little bit, allow your breathing to normalize, and when you are ready, let's go ahead and get started on our second cardio section. I am not ready, but I gotta just push through and get this done. Here we go. Another 5 sets of 100 with the jump rope. section, cardio section. I'm already at almost 45 minutes in. So it was my goal to finish in under an hour. That's clearly not happening. No prayer of that happening. But this is just where I am right now, so I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna get all my reps done, no matter how long it takes. And I'm just gonna do my best to keep it as close to 1 hour as I can. But I promise the next 2 strength training exercises will be easier. Not that they're easy, but they'll be easier. Okay, so next is our side press ups. So I'm going to start on my weaker side, just to get my weaker side out of the way, so that by the time we switch, and I'm already fatigued, hopefully it'll be a little bit easier because I'll be on my stronger arm. So this is my weaker arm. So it doesn't matter which arm you start on, but we're going to be doing 25 reps on one side, and then we're going to switch and do 25 reps on the other side. So if you want to just get your weaker side out of the way with me, I think that is probably not a bad idea. So starting down here on my side, my legs are stacked, knees are bent. I'm going to take my bottom arm, bend the elbow, and place my hand on my top shoulder. And with this top hand, it's going to be tucked in tight towards my rib cage. So again, my hand is not out here, it is in tight. My thumb is actually touching my rib cage, okay? So now, super simple exercise, but super tough after all the work we've already done with our triceps. From here, you're just going to press your palm into the mat and push yourself up until your arm is straight, and now reverse the movement to make sure you're controlling the movement on the way down. That's 1 rep. It's a super simple exercise, just pushing your body up, engaging that tricep until your arm is straight, and then reversing the movement, okay? Lowering yourself back down with control. I'm counting that as my first rep. These are gonna be super tough, and I have to do 20 more on this side, so I'm gonna zip it. Here we go, do your best. To do another 15. Another thing you could do, if it makes it more manageable and it helps you to keep your pace up, is switch after every 5 reps. That could work as well. But I've completed 15 on my weaker side, so I'm just gonna try to do 2 more little mini sets of 5. And then I'll switch to my right arm. 20. Just 5 more reps, and then we'll switch sides. For last one. That's 25. So now we're gonna switch sides. We're gonna do another 25 reps on the other side. That's 10. That's 20. Just 5 more. Let's push. Oh, that's 24. Last one. That's 25. that's 50 total reps of that exercise. Which means that exercise is done. That's 3 exercises complete out of 4. Before we move on to our 5th and final exercise, we're going to do another cardio section. If you don't need to rest, you can get right into your cardio section. But I am struggling so much today after taking a few weeks off and then jumping in with this super tough workout in the heat. I just need a little rest before moving on to my cardio section. But if you're stronger than I am and you don't need to rest, just go ahead and get right into your cardio section. Remember, it doesn't have to be jump rope. It could be plus or minus about 5 minutes or so of any type of moderate paced cardio exercise you want. Or if you're not doing the cardio sections, you can just skip ahead to our 4th and final strength training exercise. All right. One way or another, I'm gonna get these 5 sets done. So again, if you need, this was a very long rest break, but if you need an even longer rest break, pause the video. Come back when you're ready. Here we go. Another 5 sets of 100 with the jump rope. Right here. All right. I'm at 1 hour and 3 minutes. And I still have another 50 reps to go, plus another 500 revolutions with my jump rope. So I significantly overestimated myself today. But it's okay because I'm going to get all the reps done. That's the important part. I'm going to push through and get it done. The good news is this is our 4th and final exercise for this part 1. After this, we just have our ab finisher, but I'm going to take a little break in between. So for right now, let's just focus on finishing up this part 1. So that means we just have 1 exercise left to go. This is our reverse tabletop tricep dip plus a hamstring stretch. Again, I'm just giving myself a couple of minutes. My heart rate is not super elevated. I'm not breathing really heavily, but I just feel so like gassed. And I just need a minute to regain some strength. So again, if you don't need these long rest breaks, you can always just skip ahead in the video. I'm just gonna wait for the plane so I don't have to shout over it. So if you need a longer rest break, pause the video, come back when you're ready. And we will push through, get these final 50 reps done together. So bend your knees, feet are flat on the mat, point your fingers to face forward. And now press your heels into the mat, press your palms into the mat, lift your hips up high, and from this reverse tabletop position, you're going to bend your elbows and lower your booty down towards the mat. Then press yourself back up. Now straighten the legs and stretch the hamstrings. Push your booty back and through your arms. Reverse the movement and return to your reverse tabletop position. All right, so my arms are already shaking after that 1 rep. So I'm gonna zip it. I'll talk us through maybe one or two more reps. A little bit faster. And then I'm going to zip it. I'm counting that as my first rep, so I'm going to do another 49. So just do your best. So reverse tabletop, bend the elbows, lower your booty down to the mat, straighten the arms, and now extend the legs straight. Push your booty through your arms, reverse the movement, return to your tabletop position. That's 2. That's 10 for me. Now, these feel, for me, right now, these feel a lot harder than they actually are. This is why I put this exercise last. Because for me, this is the easiest of these 4 strength training exercises that we're doing. But with how fatigued I am right now, this feels every bit as hard as those dolphin push-ups that we started with. Remember those? An hour and 8 minutes ago? So that was just my first 10. I doubt that I will be able to continue doing sets of 10 because my arms are just so tired. So I'm going to pick up my count at 10 right now, and I'll see how close I can get to 20 before I have to pause and rest, but I want to make sure I'm minding my form, so if my form starts to get sloppy, I'm not going to keep pushing myself to keep going at the expense of my form. So let me just see if I have to do sets of 5, that's what I'll do. That's what I did for the dolphin push-ups, that's what I'll do for these. Okay, I'm gonna get the reps done. That's my first 10, so I just have to do 40 more. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. That's 20. So I'm no longer able to do unbroken sets of 10. So I'm going to start doing sets of 5. And I'm just going to hopefully do these in sets of 5 until I get to 50. All right, my arms, especially my triceps, are so weak that to even summon the will to get myself up into this reverse tabletop pose it seems insurmountable at this point for me. All right, just little teeny tiny mini unintimidating baby sets of 5. We can do this. When you're ready, pick up my count at 20. That's 25 for me. So I'm halfway there. Just have to do 5 more little baby sets of 5. It is taking a lot longer than I wanted it to, but I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get it done. Picking up my count at 25. That's 30 for me. That's 35. That's 40 for me. I'm so close. I'm right there. I just have to do 2 more sets of 5. Getting really hard to keep pushing, but I'm so close. Okay, picking up my count at 40. I just can't do anymore. But I just have 5 reps left to go. All right. Gotta dig deep. Just 5 more reps. That's 50. That was so hard. All right, that is our 4th and final strength training exercise. I know that I don't work my triceps nearly enough. So again, please don't ask me why I decided to do 200 reps of triceps today, because every single one of those exercises was working triceps. And right about now, I feel like I want to die. My arms are shaking. They feel like they want to fall off. And I honestly don't even feel like I have enough strength to get up, let alone do my final cardio section. But that is our 4th and final strength training exercise. So we are almost finished with part 1. We've completed 200 reps of triceps. We've completed 1,500 revolutions of the jump rope. So all we have left to do is get up, which is easier than it sounds right now. And now just finish up with our 4th and final cardio section. I have stopped worrying about the timer. I'm nowhere near my time goal. It doesn't matter anymore. At this point, it's just about getting the reps done. So all we have left to do is one more cardio section. So for me, that's going to be another 5 sets of 100 with my jump rope. You do plus or 5 minutes of anything you want to do for cardio. This is going to be brutal. I'm just gonna dig deep. I'm gonna push through and get it done. Rest longer if you need to. When you're ready, this is our final section, our final cardio section. So just 5 more sets of 100 with the jump rope. set number 5. And that's part 1. That ended up taking me 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 28 seconds. So, almost 30 minutes off of my goal. What are you gonna do? I got it done. So that's part 1. We still have to do our ab finisher. So if you're not doing the ab finisher with me, I'm going to time that separately. If you're not doing the ab finisher with me, then use the chapter markers to skip ahead to our bonus set of jump rope and our bonus burpee. Remember, the workout is not officially complete until you have done your bonus burpee. So skip ahead, do the bonus burpee with me, and then we'll do a quick little cool down together. If you are continuing on with me, we're just going to do a quick, I hope, a quick little ab finisher. So first, I am going to go inside, get something to drink. I want my heart rate to come down a little bit. I want to towel off and just allow my breathing to normalize. I want to get through this ab finisher relatively quickly. So I want to give myself a few minutes to regain some strength, but I don't want to take too long because I do want this to feel like the same workout. So, and I don't want to be out here all day. So I'm going to take about a 5-minute break or so. So if you don't need a rest break, that's fine. You can move right onto part 2, right onto our ab finisher. But if you do want to pause and rest, just to let you know, I'm going to be taking about a 5-minute rest break, and then we'll do our ab finisher together. All right, so as soon as you're ready, let's go ahead and get started on our ab finisher. There are just 4 exercises. I'm going to just talk you through them as we are going. So the first one is these oblique heel taps. You're going to start on your back, on your mat. Knees are bent, feet are flat on the mat. You're going to have your arms extended straight out to your sides like this. And then you're going to pick up your shoulder blades and then just tap the outside of your ankle. Tap the outside of your ankle. We're double counting these, so each 2 taps is 1 rep. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. I'm starting my timer in 3, 2, 1, and go. So twist and tap, twist and tap. That's 1 rep. 2, 3, 4. Keep going. That's 20. 30. 40. 45. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 50. The only thing weaker than my triceps are my abs. Why do I do this to myself? When am I ever going to learn that after a hiatus like the one I've just had, to ease myself back into the workouts instead of picking the things I'm worst at and doing like hundreds and hundreds of reps of them? I don't know, you guys. All right, so next we are going to do elbow plank side to side hip dips. And again, I'm double counting these. All 4 of these exercises, I'm double counting them. So we're doing 50 reps, but really it's 100 reps of each because it's 50 on each side. So starting in our elbow plank, my palms and forearms are on the mat. So I'm going to come up into a plank pose. And then from here, I'm just going to dip my hip down to the side, return to my starting position, dip the other hip down to the opposite side, return to my starting position. So that is 1 rep, okay? And we're going to count to 50. I'm counting that as my first rep because I don't feel like my arms can hold myself up in this position for very long. All right, here we go. I'm counting that as my first rep. We're going to do 49 more of those, double counted. So, dip the hip, dip the hip. That's 10. Keep going if you can. For this one, again, I'm not going to failure, but I have to pace myself for 50 total reps. So that was my first 10 reps. I'm gonna see if I can do a few more unbroken sets of 10. And if I have to stop doing sets of 10, I'll move to sets of 5. I'll do what I have to do. I'll get the reps done now. So that's my first 10 reps. Picking up my count at 10. That's 20 for me. My triceps are just so fatigued after part 1. It's making this elbow plank really difficult, but I'm going to see if I can do another unbroken set of 10. That'll get me to 30. All right, that's 30 for me. I'm gonna see if I can do another unbroken set of 10. I don't know if I can, but if I need to start doing sets of 5, that's fine. Taking up my count at 30. 10 more reps. I think I'm just gonna do 5. And then take another quick little rest break before finishing up my final 5. All right, picking up my count of 40. That's 45. Just 5 more. That's 50. Two more exercises to go. Next is Russian twists. So I'm gonna have my heels elevated. You can keep your feet on the mat if you prefer. It'll make it a little bit easier. But you're just going to twist and tap, twist and tap. And again, we're double counting these, so each time you tap this side of the mat is 1 rep, okay? So we're doing 50 reps, but they're double counted. So lift the heels and then twist and tap, twist and tap. That's 1. Lift the heels, twist and tap, twist and tap. That's 2. I'm trying to get 4 consecutive seconds without this going on so that I can actually talk you through it and you can hear what I'm saying. All right, lift the heels, twist and tap, twist and tap. Lift the heels, twist and tap, twist and tap, twist and tap, twist and tap. That's what, 6? I'm gonna say that's 6. Picking up my count there, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to 50. Do your best. Tune it out. That's 25. I swear every time I open my mouth, it's gonna happen. We're halfway there. 25 more reps to go. Lift the heels, twist and tap, twist and tap. That's 40. Just 10 more reps. Picking up my count at 40. Picking up my count at 40. Lift the heels. Twist and tap, twist and tap. 2, 3, That's 45. And 50. All right. Just one exercise left. Everyone's favorite 50 mountain climbers. And again, we're double counting these. Oh my God. Oh, this is so annoying. All right. I try to quickly find a window where I can talk you through this. So starting in a plank pose. Step one foot and you're gonna jump and switch the position of the feet. And then jump and switch the position of the feet again. That's 1 rep. So each 2 jumps is 1 rep. We're doing 50 reps. Here we go, when you're ready. So jump and switch the position of the feet, jump and switch the position of the feet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. We're going to 50, do your best. That's 30. My arms just don't want to hold me up. All right, 20 more. It's 40. 47, 48, 49, 50. All right. That's our ab finisher. I did not set a time goal for the ab finisher. I just wanted to get it done. It did take longer than I wanted to, but that part 1 was so exhausting for me. I'm just happy I got it done. It ended up taking me 15 minutes and 32 seconds. So I definitely would have liked to do it faster, but I got it done. That's all that matters to me right now. So altogether, this workout took me almost an hour and 45 minutes, which is crazy. Much, much longer than I wanted it to, but at least I got it done. And I do feel great about that. We are not quite finished yet. No workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee. So we do have just 1 rep left to go. But first, whenever I do a workout that incorporates jump rope, in addition to my bonus burpee, I also like to do a bonus set of 100 with my jump rope. You must do the bonus burpee. The bonus burpee is mandatory, but this bonus set of jump rope is completely optional. So if you would like to join me, we're just going to do exactly what we were doing for part 1. 1 set of 100 with the jump rope. So any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. We're just counting 100 revolutions of the rope. If you do do not want to do this bonus set of jump rope with me, that's fine. Take another minute to breathe, cheer me on, and then we'll do our bonus burpee together. If you would like to join me, here we go. Any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. Counting 100 revolutions of the rope. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, and that is 100. I tripped halfway through, but it still counts, especially after being out here for almost 2 hours in the heat, doing this ridiculously tough workout. After my body is pretty much like gone into a state of atrophy. After like 4 weeks of not doing my HIIT workouts. Holy cannoli, that was so tough. But that's our bonus set of jump rope. So now, at long last, we have just 1 rep left to go. Let's go ahead and do our bonus burpee together, and then the workout will be officially complete. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. This is our final rep of the day. All right, with that, the workout is now officially complete. So let's do a quick little cool down together. You just want to keep moving while you allow your heart rate to come down a little bit, while you allow your breathing to normalize, so you can pace around back and forth. Shake out the arms a little bit, shake out the legs. Let's do a quick shoulder stretch. So just bring one arm across your body, use your other arm to pull it in close to your chest. Make sure your straight arm is completely relaxed, and make sure that your shoulder is relaxed. If your shoulder is tense and hunched up by your ear, you're not going to be able to stretch it effectively. So relax the arm, relax the shoulder, and keep moving while we're doing these stretches. So again, you can pace. I'm just shaking out my legs. You can even just shift your weight from foot to foot. But while we're doing these stretches, I want you to keep moving, and I want you to keep focusing on slowing down your breathing. So shake out the arms. Let's get the other shoulder, bringing the opposite arm across your body, using your other arm to pull it in close to your chest. Straight arm is completely relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. They should be down, away from your ears. Keep moving and keep focusing on slowing down your breathing. So you do that by breathing all the way down to your belly button. So each time you inhale, I want you to concentrate on really feeling your diaphragm being pulled down. Visualize filling your entire torso with air. So as you inhale, I want your rib cage to physically expand. And as you inhale, feel your diaphragm being pulled down. Inhale all the way down to your belly button. Visualize filling up your entire torso with air, and then use your diaphragm to control the air as you exhale. So shake it out. Let's do a tricep stretch next. So bend one elbow, place your hand on the elbow, and gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Make sure that the fingers on your free hand are pointing straight down at the ground. You want to avoid having your free hand hanging out up here somewhere by your shoulder. So point those fingers straight down at the ground as you gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. This stretch should feel insanely good after that workout. We've got our triceps a lot today, so taking the time to stretch them a little bit is going to help alleviate some of the muscle soreness that I'm inevitably going to be feeling tomorrow. One more nice deep breath here. So inhaling all the way down to the belly button. Slow, controlled exhale. Shake it out. Let's get the other side. So bending the other arm, place your hand on the elbow and gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Fingers on your free hand are pointing straight down at the ground. Feel that really nice stretch in your triceps. Keep moving. And keep focusing on slowing down your breathing. So feel your diaphragm being pulled down as you inhale. Rib cage expands as you visualize filling up your entire torso with air, and then you're using your diaphragm to slowly control the air as you exhale. And shake it out. We will finish with a quad stretch. So if you struggle with balance, you can hold onto the wall or some other strong, sturdy, stable, elevated surface for support. You're going to bend one knee, bring the foot behind you, reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with the hand that's on the same side if you're holding onto something for support. If you're not holding onto anything for support, you can reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands. Press your heel into your booty cheek, and as you're doing that, I want you to tilt your pelvis forward, kind of tuck your booty underneath you. Think about trying to touch your spine with your belly button. As you're doing that, make sure you're continuing to press your heel into your booty cheek. As soon as you combine both of those two elements, you should feel the stretch intensify in your quad muscles as you isolate them more effectively. But I also want you to feel that stretch extend all the way up to your hip flexors. So make sure that you're pressing your, tilting your pelvis forward as you are pressing your heel into your booty cheek. One more nice deep breath here. Slow, controlled exhale and come out. Let's get the other side. So bending the opposite knee. Reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with the hand that's on the same side if you are holding onto something for support. If you are not holding onto anything for support, you can reach back and grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands. Press your heel into your booty cheek, and as you are doing that, you are tilting your pelvis forward. Tuck that booty underneath you. Suck that belly button all the way back towards your spine. Feel that stretch intensify in your quad muscles. Feel that stretch extend all the way up to your hip flexor. So make sure that as you're tilting your pelvis forward, you're continuing to press your heel into your booty cheek. And as you actively press your heel into your booty cheek, you are continuing to tilt your pelvis forward. Let's take one more nice deep breath here, inhaling all the way down to your belly button. Slow, controlled exhale and come out. And one last time, shake out the legs. Shake out the wrists, shake out the arms, swing the arms a little bit, and that's it. That is our little cool down. So if you find that you are still breathing heavily, your heart rate is still elevated, just take a few more minutes, continue to pace around some more. You can do a little more light stretching, that's a great idea. Just remember that this little bit of light stretching that we do during the cool down does not take the place of a proper stretching routine. It is still really important to make sure that you're taking a good 15 or 20 minutes to stretch every single day. It is going to help alleviate any muscle soreness that you might be experiencing after the workouts. It's also going to help to reduce your risk of injury moving forward. And of course, it is going to improve your flexibility. So please make sure that you are taking the time to stretch every day. If you have time to do your stretching right now, immediately after the workout is always going to be the most efficient and the most effective time to get your stretching done because your muscles are already nice and warm from the workout. But if you don't have time to stretch right now, that's fine. Just remember that if you put off your stretching until later on in the day, your muscles will have gotten cold again. So you'll need to take a few minutes to warm them back up before jumping into your stretching routine. You never want to start stretching with cold muscles because your muscles need to be warm in order for them to be pliable so that you can stretch them safely and effectively. But that is it. That's all I have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did this workout with me today, thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you to everyone who has been working out with me lately. And even if you're not doing the workouts with me, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. It truly does mean the world to me. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. And of course, a great big thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for years. Please know that I appreciate you all so very much. One final reminder that if anything was unclear about the format of today's workout, how it all fits together, if you have questions about any of the exercises that we were doing today, if you have any doubts about how to do these exercises with the correct form, if you need to see beginner modifications, I am right here. So please ask questions if you have them. That is going to do it for today, but before I say goodbye, I just have to say one final thank you to those of you who have been watching the videos all the way until the end and commenting with the secret code phrase of the day. So before I say goodbye, I will give you today's secret code phrase of the day. It is, I don't care that the team is struggling. So if you are still watching this video, hello, thank you for watching all the way until the end. Please let me know that someone is still watching by going down to the comment section and leaving me a comment that says, I don't care that the team is struggling. I think that's what I said. I don't care that the team is struggling. That is going to do it for today. I will see you all next time. Bye.